everyone, welcome back to another video. And so today we're continuing on with my replay walkthrough of everything with Final Fantasy XIV, and we're finally getting to finishing up 2.2. I'm taking my time here with this. I've realized that now. Sorry about that. But yeah, we are just about to finish up with 2.2. This is going to be probably the last video for 2.2. It's where we're going to be fighting off against Leviathan and just finishing up the story for this patch before we move on to Defenders of Eorzea. So if you remember, Defenders of Eorzea is going to be including all sorts of things like Ramuh. We're going to be facing off against Ramuh. That's going to be fun. Like fun to fun. Why did I say that? It's going to be a lot of fun. So there's Ramuh and you know what? Let's just go on and continue on from here. So I'm going to be doing a live reaction of my rewatching the 2.3 trailer. I can't talk today. I'm sorry. I just got off work, so I'm just really worn out here. And I got this large, fat, fluffy cat sitting at my feet who wants attention. Sorry, sweetheart. But, yeah, I think we're going to continue on straight from here. So let's go on and pick up where we left off. So we have Claire. We're back at the Rising Stones. So I wonder where we're going to go through now. I wish I could remember this, but I honestly don't. Okay, so let's see here. The sea rises. Minfilia wishes to share some final words on the coming mission prior to departing for Limsa Lominsa. Okay, so we're going to be heading off to Limsa now. Finally, should the worst come to pass and Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse is to face him in battle. Given past experience, you may very well think that eventuality inevitable. Well, duh. Yet so long as there is even a chance that the Primal's return might be prevented, we must needs bend all of our efforts towards achieving that goal. Before we do aught else, let us hasten to Limsa Lominsa and meet with the Admiral. She will not have been idle in the intervening time, and will doubtless have valuable information to share. No doubt about that. I really do enjoy Morrub's character. I really, really do. And I love the character development, because where she is right now is very different than how she is like at the end of Shadowbringers. So I really do like what they did with that, at least on that aspect. So what is going on? Let's go. Come on. Oh, if only load screens weren't so nightmare. I want to get a PS5 just so I don't have to deal with the load screens anymore. Then again, everything is congested these days with all the new players coming out. Okay, when I think about it that way, I guess it's not a surprise, but... Okay, here we are. Okay, let us go. And do we go this way? I'm trying to remember. Yes, we do. No, we go this way. And... there you are! Yeah, we're expected. Blah, blah, blah. Let's go in. Okay, so we're in the command room. Oh. Welcome, friends. I take it Yastola has apprised you of the situation. Let's waste no time, then. According to our best intelligence, the Sahagin had not enough crystals to summon their god. Alas, we did not count on the Serpent Reavers venturing as far as Thanalan to supplement their cache. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with the grim prospect of Leviathan's immediate return. Needless to say, I am not inclined to let the fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom makes ready to launch a large-scale operation to thwart the summoning. and we would welcome the Scion's support in this endeavor. Well, when you put it like that, but if God's forfend, our efforts should come to naught, I will need to trouble you for more than mere support, much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. Lady Menphelia, I'm given to understand that you mean to accompany our soldiers to the front lines. I can only assume that you have sound reasons for doing so. Well, she has her reasons that they may not be sound ones. I do, Admiral, but I would rather not be drawn on their nature. I will only say that there was something I would see with mine own eyes. Yeah, in other words, I don't trust you, and I don't want to tell you. Is that so? Well, I am not so stubborn as to deny the wish of one whose aid I require, but precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that settled, let us speak of the operation. I have a feeling like she's a bit sore about that. They don't trust her enough. Claire, Maelstrom scouts are currently reconnoitering Sahagin movements within the Saspasa spawning grounds. Upon completing their mission, they will return to the operation staging point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith, that you might be apprised of the latest intelligence. Commander Flasbrida has been charged of the garrison. Okay, I guess the others already left. In case I wasn't clear, time is short, Claire. Make haste to Camp Skull Valley and request the latest intelligence from Commander Flasbrida. There may not be a better chance to learn of the true nature of the Echo. I cannot well allow the opportunity to pass me by. Didn't you just say that? She just said, like, I don't want to say exactly what the reasons are for, and then she just comes right out and says it. Oh boy. What was I going to say? There's something else I wanted to say. I can't remember that now. I don't know. I will say this, though. I have a feeling that before this patches through, my tongue is just going to be twisted beyond all imagining trying to pronounce some of these names. I mean, if I hear the name once or twice, then I'm usually pretty good at remembering how to say it. If they just do, like, the cutscenes like that with, like, no voiceover, how am I supposed to know how the names are supposed to sound? Oh, well. Been a while since we've been back here, though. I got a few dungeons I need to do now that I think about it. I've been expecting you, Scion of the Seventh Dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. Or, that sounds kind of southern. I mean, maybe I should give like a piratey sounding voice. Safety of our citizens is paramount. With your aid, we will prevent Leviathan's return. I honestly don't know how a pirate's supposed to sound like that. I don't do a good piratey sound. I can do a good drunk person sound. Maybe I should just sound like that. Okay, growing ever more agitated by the minute. So you may already know, Maelstrom scouts have been dispatched to reconnoiter at the Saspasa spawning grounds. Though it pains me to admit it, the Maelstrom has never faced a foe of this like before. We must proceed with all due caution. I think that sounds like a Brooklyn voice now. I don't know. Ugh. Among other things, they have orders to determine where Leviathan might emerge, assuming it comes to that. And yet, the return is long overdue. I fear that ill may have befallen them. For better or worse, we must ascertain their fate. If it's not too much to ask, I would have you aid us in the search. My bet is that they're already dead, lady. I mean, experience tells us otherwise, but 5 scouts ventured into Sespa all told. Here, take this flask of restorative and tend those who may yet have been wounded. But it pains me to even consider the notion. If they have perished, circumstances permitting, I ask that you recover their bodies. By no means venture too deep into enemy territory, however. We can ill afford to lose you at this juncture. Well, thank you. I don't know if that is a good thing or a bad thing here. Like, if you only care about me being, like, your primal slayer, or if you actually care about my safety. I mean, I will say that, I mean, this is a great game, okay? It has amazing story, and you will never ever hear me say otherwise, but there were some parts of A Realm Reborn that really got me, because they treated the Warrior of Light like their own little errand girl, like they don't really care about them as a person, and that just really kind of ticked me off about it. Help somebody of all the times to forget the restorative. Don't worry, buddy, I'm here. Thank you. I owe you my life. We were ambushed by serpent weavers. Lightly armed as we were, we didn't stand a chance. Dude, you got an axe! I was able to flee this far. The others were captured. They were taken to the serpent's tongue, I'm certain of it. I can make my own way back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them, I beg you! Well, odds are they were already dead. I don't remember how this particular quest went, but I don't think it went very well. But yeah, like as I was saying, like, it's just so frustrating, because it felt like we were just a weapon in their eyes, you know, the whole weapon of light thing. And like, they didn't really care about us as a person, only for the fact that we just happen to be a primal slayer. And there's 2 of them. There were supposed to be 5 scouts, right? So why are there only 3? Like, there's 2 here and the one we rescued, but where are the other 2? So, where are they? Okay, so we're back. You return. Thank the navigator. When I learned that you went to the Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared you would meet an untimely demise. But tell me, what became of the others? I'm surprised we're able to carry them back. Dear gods! These wounds were not intended to kill, but to torture and maim! Does their savagery know no bounds? Enemies or no, they go too far! I dread to think what may have become of the 2 who remain unaccounted for. I pray they haven't suffered the same evil fate. At the very least, one of my men came back alive. And for that I owe you my thanks. The price we paid was dear, but we have the intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalizes the details of the operation. The war horns will sound any moment now. Be ready to sally forth when they do. Yeah, I don't like that we're still missing 2 scouts. The gift of eternity, okay. Amendments of the operation with barely concealed rage. Ooh boy. Nothing scarier than a woman's rage. Thrice damned fishback bastards! I'll kill them slowly, then chase their rotten souls through all 7 hells! Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand. Savvy? My apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our sole surviving scouts, the Sahagin and their thralls have already begun to amass the Aetherites in the depths of Saspa. If we are to act, it must be now. Men are ready. We will await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened security in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is like to be met with fierce resistance. Ah, but we are not so artless as that, Commander. We shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Saspa Aetherite and eliminate the Sahagin priests presiding over the summoning. We are not here to kill them all. Makes sense? I like that. The Maelstrom shall engage and distract Sahagin's legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue. Commander, you have charge over this effort. Be mindful that the lay of the land there is devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spearhead the assault and have subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. At the self-same moment, a diversionary squadron formed of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. In likewise, we Scions shall form smaller units in hopes of confusing the Sahagin defensive efforts. Claire and Y'shtola, the 2 of you are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversion should serve to thin the enemy's defenses, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwanted attention. Thancred and Yagiri, your mission is to lure as many Sahagin as possible out of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take your heels and circle around to join the infiltration units of Y'shtola and Claire. When all has been set in motion, I myself shall cut a path to the Aetherites, accompanied by Lady Menphilia, as was agreed. Well, don't let me keep you, friends! To battle! When last did we fight side by side, Claire? Too long ago, I warrant. But come, let us away. Yeah, now that I think about it, it hasn't been since the Golem, I think. Once everything has been set in motion, I too shall make my way to the Aetherites. As previously agreed, Lady Menphilia will be with me. Even with the diversions, the path to the Aetherite is bound to be fraught with danger. Pray be on constant guard, Claire. There's another thing that kind of bugs me about Menphilia. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, she's the leader of the. She must be the leader of the Scions for a reason, and I don't think that every leader should be like some badass fighter. But come on, Menphilia, I think you should, you know, be able to at least defend yourself. I mean, you have a knife, I think. So, I mean, Thancred was able to train Reen in just like 3 years, right? So couldn't he have done the same here? I mean, that's just me. Okay, they've been alerted to our presence. Really? I had no idea. Yeah, I'm getting a little tired of using an axe here, so I think that I'm going to start leveling up my Dragoon again. Once Dragoon's completely leveled up, I'm going to be playing through Heaven's Ward as a Dragoon. So I just felt like for the sake of the story here, because I mean the trailers show like the main job as a warrior, so I thought, hey, why not? So I thought it would be fun. So I'm already at level 56 here as a warrior, but once Heaven's Ward starts, I'm going to be starting off as a level 50 Dragoon. I know it seems strange, but hey, that's just what I want to do. I like making things hard for myself, apparently. Okay, let's try just sneaking by this time. I think there is a way that we can actually sneak by these Sahagin guards, so let's go. Okay, yeah, that wasn't so bad. Oh, come on, more? I thought for sure we were done, so I was making a break for it. And has anyone else noticed just how funny it is that out of like all the trailers that we've had for like the game and for all the expansions, like half of them have been with the tank as like the main job. Like, the only one that's been left out right now is the Gunbreaker. But then again, it's had its own special main job in Shadowbringers when it came out, but they're stubborn. Around here. Okay, there she is. Oh, you okay? Come on, your Stoller, you're better than that. Pray do not concern yourself, it's just but a glancing blow. Come, the Aetheryte is close at hand. Let us press on. Oh yay, cutscenes! I love cutscenes, especially those with voices.
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
I guess now we know what happened to those other 2 soldiers, or scouts.
Did I miss much?
Right? This is back when Rogue and Ninja first came out. We were all so impressed by it.
So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency.
You call that elegant, buddy? You barely did anything. Your Gary took the hard stuff. Oh, that's so cute almost. I think he's just showing off for her now.
To the Aetheryte.
Oh no, ladies, don't bother helping. Yeah, that one's looking around like, what the heck? Oh, didn't even see it coming.
You'll forgive me my lateness.
She's just awesome, isn't she?
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled Sorwalkers tormented our kind. But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
Why are they just standing there?
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What? Ah! Such power! It is transcendent!
Well, that was fast. And remember, this little useful tidbit's going to be making an appearance later on, like 4 expansions later. Well, 3 expansions. Sorry, I can't count sometimes.
7 hells.
Strike me down if you will. It is futile. I have mastered the gift. I am eternal.
I think the only reason that they keep having the hat come back on just so we can tell it's him.
O mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth!
Really, girls?
Die, damn you!
You don't have to keep standing there. I mean, there's still time. Points for efficiency,
Foolish
Admiral.
Shorewalker. You cannot kill that which is eternal.
Heavens forfend.
Damn it all!
Well, you can't be surprised. Half of you are just standing there not doing anything.
My being ebb the way. It should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
Oh, design-wise, I love it. Battle-wise, not so much.
Where did he go?
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon. Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates.
Wow, Leviathan doesn't waste time, does he?
Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Oh, man. Second only to Shiva, I think Leviathan is my favorite. Shiva's definitely my favorite, but Leviathan's a close second. Well, the mission ended in failure. I take solace in the knowledge that Menphilia is unharmed. Sure, sure. Had we only arrived but a moment earlier, but there's no time to brood over what might have been. Leviathan has returned, and we must needs find a way to deal with him. You mean me. If we meet Leviathan on the open sea, we put ourselves at the Primal's mercy. We must think of a way to face him on equal terms. The gods of this realm are vengeful beings. 'Tis of little wonder the Garleans fear their kind so. Let's see something. I'm sorry, I had a full bar and I wanted to use it up. I had like a full bar there and I just had to use those abilities before I ended up going back because I'm going to lose them, so hell, why not? Okay, serious for this time. Let's head back. Understand, I speak of no normal wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than aught seen in nature. Enough to raise entire coastal settlements if his last attempt is any guide. We cannot suffer history to be repeated. Yet how in the seven hells are we to prevent it? Well, I'm sure we'll find a way. Okay, so the next quest. Into the heart of the Whorl. Merweb is brooding over Leviathan's return. Though our plight cries out for action, we must take thought. As long as Leviathan remains in the open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none, of that you may be sure. The Limblame herself would struggle to best the Lord of the Whorl in his element. In a straight fight, he would make meat and match wood of us. We need another plan, that much is plain. Let us return to Limsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the command room. How do they do that? They just vanished like that. I wish we could do that. Alright, so let's head on straight back. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip a little bit ahead. Oh wait, no. She just arrived. Okay, so let's head straight off to the command room. Hello? I don't know if you can hear him. I got this very loud, hungry kitty sitting next to me. Alright, as soon as we enter the command room, I'm just going to pause it right there just so I can feed him. Because chances are he's not going to let me go until I feed him. Okay, be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, he was actually quite hungry and he would not... The important thing is that we have a very loud, hungry kitty and he's happily enjoying his meal. So, I think he should be good to go for a little while. So let's go ahead and just pick up where we left off here in the command room. Being the observant adventurer that you are, you will doubtless have noticed my dagger work back in Saspa. You know me, Claire. I like to dabble in a bit of this and a bit of that. Show off. The Sahagin elder claimed to have become eternal, yet he was summarily consumed by Leviathan. What might this imply? That he was swallowed up by Leviathan. There's gratitude for you. When I saw Leviathan rise from the depths, I cannot well describe what I felt. No words could prepare me for one such a sight. To confront the Lord of the Whorl in his watery domain is far from ideal, but he is not like to come to us. Oh, would that he lacked the means to strike us from afar. Ah, well, what's the fun in that, right? If Leviathan is allowed to unleash a tidal wave, nothing within 10 moms of the coast will be safe, let alone Limsa. I trust you see what's at stake here. Yeah, I get it. The question now is, what are we going to do about it?
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western La Noscia. Halfstone it was called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the company of heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Halfstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystals stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Halfstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The Primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the Primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The company of heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the company of heroes achieve with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe, but I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed 2 ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel.
I like this guy.
Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
It will be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafierson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
Oh man, they both got the hearts of pirates, don't they? I don't want to say too much here, but once a pirate, always a pirate, I'm guessing.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
To confront the Lord of the... Oh, wait. I think it's just pretty much saying the same things. I have my people working triple shifts on that twin vessel, but it will take some time yet. Time we may not have. Seven hells, this waiting is liable to drive us all mad. Okay, I think the others are going to say the same thing, so let's just go straight to you, Giri. Beings held as gods also exist in what you call the Far East. Legend tells us that they walked amongst us in days of yore, but I confess that I never truly believed them. That I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I have come face to face with the Primal, I do begin to understand why the Garleans fear them so. Yeah, and yet they're the ones responsible for most of them. What is it? The message, Admiral. I judged it best that it be delivered at once. I am listening. According to the Yellow Jackets, a man has appeared who claims to have defeated Leviathan. One of the company of heroes? The details are yet hazy, Admiral. We have dispatched one of our own to question the individual. What is he talking about? Oh wait, I think I know this. I am disinclined to put any store by this claim. And even should it be true, it is as Jostola said. None save the company of heroes have bested Leviathan, and we know how they went about it. If this man is of their number, what could he tell us that we do not know already? And yet, having wagered Lemsa's survival on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystals, can we ill afford to ignore this man? If his testament could yield us any matter of advantage, should we not hear it? Damn it all! Twin vessel will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom's report on the supposed Primal Slayer's claims. Claire, seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, it will spare you the torments of waiting for the reckoning in idleness. Well, I don't mind waiting in idleness. Why not send one of the others? The man you are looking for is believed to be a resident of the Grey Fleet in Lower Lenocia. The Storm private sent to question him should already be in the facility. May your journey prove fruitful. Oh no. I know what this is about. When I saw Limsa rise from the depths, yeah, I think they are saying the same thing. Okay, let's just head out. Man, I forgot about this. I'm surprised, though, that this guy hasn't made more of an appearance, though, since they went through the trouble of bringing him back twice now. Oh, man. Cheers! Are you done eating? Yeah, I should show you guys exactly what my little troublemaker looks like. But just think of him as a pretty little tuxedo who is got the spirit of a monster, basically. He's the best alarm clock I've ever had, though. He wakes me up exactly at 6 o'clock every single morning because he wants his breakfast on time. So he's timely. And a better alarm clock than anything I can imagine. What he does is, when he feels like I'm not paying enough attention to him, like when I'm trying to sleep, he'll come in, walk all over me, just trying to wake me up. If that doesn't work, he jumps up onto my shelves, and he just sort of sits there and glares down at me like one of those little cartoon vultures. You know, like his shoulders hunch, his head down, he just sort of waits. And like eventually that kind of gets to me, and I look over and like, are we doing this again? And then he'll jump down and run straight off to the kitchen as a warning. If I don't immediately get back up, he will come back into my room, jump up on my shelves, and knock things over until I have no choice but to pay attention to him. And the number of cups like he's broken just so he can get my attention, just so I can get up and get him his breakfast. Oh, he's a monster. But lucky for him, he's so cute. Oh well, let's just continue on from here. Hello again! They call me a working man, I reckon that's what I am. Drinking under the chief's nose, sneaking out the back door, and nobody ever know. Doesn't even rhyme. I think you can work on your sea shanties, mate. Now look here, you have your bloody story right after you carry those sacks of grain over to the mill. Sir, that's what you said before when you had me pick those oranges for you. And before I mucked out the chocobo stables. And before I rolled that millstone over to the mill. And also before... Seriously, dude, have some respect. Can't you see he's playing you? Good, man. I worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days! And you hear me complaining? I suppose some of us just ain't for the rougher stuff. Alright, I'll give you what you want. Never let it be said that old Taxrum ain't a generous soul. Oh, God. Now prick up your ears, because I won't be repeating myself. Too modest, see? Besides, there's only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting. You keen? Ahem. The tale of Taxrum's epic victory over the dread primal Levabeatus. You think he'd learn? Now, Levabeatus is huge, make no mistake. To give you an idea how big, each of his scales is about as whole across as me members long, and I didn't know small... Oh my god. And that's no small feat, let me tell ye. When I fought him, I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting me with. Must have been a lagoon's worth at least. He even knocked me trusty axe out of me hands at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a grave mistake. What happened next? Why, I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots, but not wanting to take all the glory for myself, I let me mates in the company of heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic. Mayhap too modest. Now there's some that say you can never truly beat Levabeatus. Oh, you got to learn to live with them and make the best of a bad situation. Not the company, though. Dude, you think you would have learned the names right. Ah, it's you! I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I was just super enjoying the attention is all. I take back everything I said. I was never part of the company of heroes. I'm no marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm chocobo dung. No, I'm the maggot you find wiggling in chocobo dung. I've had to lie to women to tumble and that don't happen much. Remember's tiny. It's pathetic. A little too much information. I sure as hell didn't fight Levabeatus, but I have seen him with my own eyes. Yeah, you and everyone else. Because a fair few years back when I was working as a baker's hand, I was shirking me duties one day, loitering about the harbor when I saw it. Great big massive sea serpent, some moms off the coast, with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared I told myself right there and then. What? Oh god, just remembering that day makes me soil myself all over again. Oh man, seriously, have some dignity. Hey, wait. If you're here asking for Levabeatus, it means you're planning to fight him, ain't ye? Well, take care. He really is terrible. Dreadful, I tell ye. If you're not careful, you'll end up in his gullet or at the bottom of the sea. Why, you worthless lying horse son, I can't believe you made me handle chocobo dung! It's your own fault, buddy. Claire, this is Minfilia. Were you able to learn aught of use against Leviathan? I beg your pardon? Levabeatus? I see. That is unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The twin vessel is now complete. We await you at Moorbury Dry Docks. Pray make your way here as soon as you are able. Oh, man. And, oh wow, I didn't realize how late it was getting. I might have to call this a little bit sooner than I thought. I was really hoping that we would be able to get to fight against Leviathan, but I probably might have to make it into like another video. That will be going up as soon as possible though, so yeah, what can you do? Okay, so I think we'll just go ahead, fly straight off to Morby Dry Docks. And, you know what, I think that we can play with this at least until we're about to go into Leviathan. Yeah, I think that might be a good place, because it might take a while. I gotta leave soon anyway, but let's just finish this off here. You know, it's so nice to visit these places again. I really did miss it. Alright, everyone's waiting for us. When First Master Alanzar proposed the twin vessel, I must confess that I had my doubts. Only now that the Whorl Eater is complete do I see the elegance of the solution. To complete the twin vessel in so short a time, and with limited materials, the people of Nelox and Vermeils have won an admirer in me. Would that we had armed ourselves with more knowledge beforehand. Well, it cannot be helped. I take comfort in the fact that you have faced worse odds in the past, and have ever prevailed. You will do so again, of that I have no doubt. In order to build the Whorl Eater, we had to decommission 2 perfectly serviceable galleons. Suffice it to say, their captains weren't best pleased with the notion, but when I offered them the chance to keep their ships and face Leviathan in our stead, they magnanimously withdrew their complaints. We all must make sacrifices for the greater good, they said. It's terrible, but awesome at the same time. It will require no small amounts of helmsmanship to tow the Whorl Eater. I dare say delivering you safely to Leviathan will be a battle in itself. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at that sunrise. Hold on. I couldn't help myself. Look at that sunrise. What a beautiful day to go ahead and kill ourselves a primal and risk drowning. Okay. Oh, I saw like the little plus sign for the quest there and I wanted to know what it was. Never mind. Well, we cannot command the sea itself. It's the Maelstrom's charge to ensure safe passage for all who sail upon it. Come hell's or high water, we will perform our duty. I'm told your jaunt to the Grey Fleet proved fruitless. My sympathies, lass. A wager served to take your mind off the events of recent days, though. But enough of that nonsense. The moment of truth is upon us. Twin vessel, the Whorl Eater I call her, is complete, and she surpasses all my expectations. In addition to her prodigious tonnage, she has been fitted with a platform that you and yours might maneuver freely in battle. I would mention also that she is nigh unsinkable, but I'm not one to tempt fate. Whorl Eater and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word, and we shall bear you to Leviathan. Okay, great! Lord of the Whorl. Caisson's ready to send you off to encounter with the Lord of the Whorl. I know that look. You are ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the Whorl Eater may not look pretty, but I assure you she's capable. She's been fitted with what our friends at Nelwig and Vermeils are calling an elemental converter. Assuming the thing works, it will use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. It is expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Thancred and Yastola, I would have you assist in this effort. Yeah, sure. Big help they'll be. If it is to fulfill its purpose, your diversionary force must not want for numbers. By your leave, I too would volunteer my blade. And we would welcome it. Haven't seen you fight in Sespa. I dare say this fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Thancred and Yastola, if you would join the 3rd levy, and Lady Ugiri the 5th. Ah, but what words have I for the woman who has made a sport of slaying gods? Only these. Go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments and add a few words of mine own. Know that we have the utmost faith in you, Claire. May the crystal bless and keep you. Okay, yes, the Whorl Eater, hard, now accessible. I don't know why they still have hard there. Alright. The battle is won and Leviathan's waves are still. We must partake of a barrel or something. You and I care not so long as it's strong enough to daze a primal and plentiful enough to drown him. He's great. Alright, let's just speak with everyone one last time. I guess not. Okay. Alright, let's head straight in. So, really not much point because I can tell right away it's just going to be the same thing, so. Alright, so I guess that's going to be us just waiting around for a little while, but I gotta go now, unfortunately, so let's just save it for there. Anyway, everyone, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and thank you so much for joining me so far in this little adventure. So the next video, I promise, is going to be the last of 2.2. And we'll be continuing on right after that. So it's just going to be us fighting against Leviathan, kind of wrapping up all the loose ends here. And then we'll just continue on, I guess. So yeah, until next time, everyone, thank you again so much for watching. And have a wonderful rest of your day. So bye-bye.